Great friends. We are here with a different view. You can see my family behind me and a painting that I did. And this is a family picture from long ago when we went on a fishing trip with my husband's grandfather. Um, Today you're joining me for a reading lesson. And today we are going to talk about how we discover lessons that are inside stories, familiar stories. So I'm reading a story that's a second in a series, and it's a fun one. You will enjoy it. Today I want to teach you that just like fortune cookies that we get at the Chinese restaurants, sometimes when you open a story, you can learn a lesson. Oftentimes in fortune cookie fortunes, kind of tells you where your life might go. And sometimes we believe that too. And hopefully you will believe that. The story that I have is called Hotel Bruce. And the reason it's familiar is because we had Mother Bruce. So it's a familiar story. We kind of know the characters. We know that this is Bruce. Whoops. I'm having trouble with this one. This is Bruce. And this is one of his geese family members. And we're going to meet some other family members. Now, I don't know that we would call them family members. This story is written by Ryan T. Higgins. It's published by Scholastic, and Scholastic has given me permission to be able to read to you and teach a lesson. Hotel Bruce. Bruce was a bear who lived with 4 geese. Reluctantly, but he was their mom, which meant every winter he migrated with them. Remember, they migrate to the beach. That's where I wish I was last week. Welcome to Miami. Honk, 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 all kinds of geese. He would have preferred to hibernate. Migration and motherhood is hard work for a bear. It made Bruce tired and grumpy. That's why when Bruce came home one spring to find that mice had moved in and turned his home into a busy woodland hotel, it says, "Welcome to the Northwoods Hotel, your home away from home." Can you see who's running it? Thank you for your business, Northwoods Hotel. He was not happy. Bruce was in no mood for rodents. He turned them out of the house and headed to bed. Turn them out of the house. Wonder what that means. It means he kicked them out. That's when the trouble started. It was a long night. Can I have a glass of water? You're hogging the sheets. I want to snuggle. I need to pee. The next morning, Bruce woke to the sounds of the birds chirping. Were they outside? No. And squirrels chattering and possums having a pillow fight. Squawk. It only got worse. Porcupine needles, skunky smell, munching at the table, not at the table, I guess on the table, and frogs in the toilet. It's a bath. These veggies and spices are good for your shells. What do we know about foxes? They're sneaky. Thank you for choosing the Northwoods Hotel. We hope you have enjoyed your stay. Our bellhops will see you to your luggage. Bruce growled. Bruce grumbled. Bruce asked to speak with the manager. The mice went into the room for a moment. I'm not tipping you. Employees only. Take a look at the picture. It was a disaster, and the turtles had taken his best silverware. Bruce started to lose his cool. Roar! I'm sorry, I can't understand your accent. Maybe we should hire a translator. The geese stepped in to smooth things over. Honk, honk, honk. Oh, he's with you? And the mice understood. Well, sort of. Look who's coming next. Just when it couldn't get any worse. It did. This was the last straw. Well, really, it was the last elephant. Finally, Bruce lost his temper. This is not a hotel. This is my house. Everybody out right now. Remember we talked about how the author and illustrator writes some words, lets us know how to read it. Out! Sheesh. I thought they'd never leave. Look who's still hanging around. And look what Bruce does. He kicks them out. Bruce's house was quiet, peaceful again, and there were no more visitors. Honk, honk, honk. At least for a little while. That was such a fun story. Sometimes we can learn lessons. Bruce, in his first story, he learned that if he had the eggs hatch in front of him, he was going to have to be their mother. And in this one, even though somebody had done something that was so, kind of disruptive to his life, kind of like we're having right now, but disruptive to his life, that even then he could have sympathy for someone. He invited the mice back in since it was raining. He was very kind. So oftentimes the lessons that we learn in familiar stories can include do your best. Your best is good enough. Another lesson that characters can learn is friends are always there for each other. This is kind of a story like that. So there are lots of different lessons that our characters learn throughout the story. As you're reading stories, make sure you're checking on what kind of things are happening in the story. And at the end of your story, ask, what did the character learn from solving his problem? Hey friends, I realize I forgot to do a riddle yesterday and I am so sorry about that. New Screencastify is a fantastic tool for me, but it kind of set me off in a little daze yesterday. But I do have a riddle for you today. I think you're going to like this one. What did the boy octopus say to the girl octopus? He said, I want to hold your hand, 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 hand. It's a funny one. Hey, friends, have a great day. See you tomorrow.